will say shalom.
Shalom.
All right, first and foremost, so we get started, we give all honor and glory and power to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashir, Hakudash. I want to say double honors to our elders, our great apostle, great millstone, GMS, who rule well and teach well, being great example to Israel. All right, man, the elect. We want to say peace and blessing to the hope of the elect on the four corner, pushing the truth in sincerity. All right, that great song. All right, we GMS Memphis Camp. All right, I'm the brother Nabad to my left.
I'm the brother Quadash.
All right, we just come with a quick lesson. All right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah. All right, as you can see, the title of the lesson. All right, for righteousness' sake, persecution. All right, as the Lord continues, all right, give us the insight. All right, of the latter days as we fast approaching. All right, but known as Jacob trouble, enter into the hour of temptation. All right, as some men count slackness. All right, as the Lord telling us what prepare ourselves. As I always say, proper preparation prevent poor performance along with faith, man. You know, so here it is as we continue to, pour out the spirit among Israel. All right, we trying to give you motivation and inspiration. All right, to what? Continuing in the faith and get all that you can get. All right, so when time comes, you can be able to stand the wiles of the devil. Because here it is, he coming. All right, the Lord gonna release the beast upon the earth, man. And a lot of men that believe, a lot of women that believe, all right, your faith gonna be tested. You know what I'm saying? Your faith gonna be tested. So the Lord is giving us insight. You know what I'm saying? As we continue to read and study and get edified by the elders and the apostles and the bishops. All right, what to come? Because you can put your mindset as we live in the book of Acts all over again. And it's only gonna get worse as the persecution become greater. All for whose name's sake? Yahweh Ba'ashem Shah name's sake. So we're gonna get into it. Hey, I hope you brothers and sisters be edified, while we let the law down, man. You got it though, brother.
All right, when we start with this persecution.
Going to the Luke, then we'll get to the persecution definition.
This is Luke chapter 21 and starting at verse 12. Starting at verse 12, and it says, but before all these
start because let me see. Yeah. Started at 11.
All right.
No, started at 10. Because here it is. This is Yahweh Shah.
All right.
See Yahweh Shah was giving them the end times of what's gonna come to pass.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what time we living in? We living in that time, man. Cause we at the end. So he was saying these are the signs that you're gonna know that you are at the end when these things start to happen to come about. Well, he gave us heads up in the spirit.
Yep.
As the apostles. All right, them great men the Lord has set up the feet of a true knowledge, the true wisdom, and true understanding. They gave us heads up. Not compared to the other Israelite camps. They're not feeding you with true knowledge and wisdom and understanding, not preparing you, not giving you that certain sound. You know what I'm talking about? That distinctive sound, letting you know the danger ahead. You see? But the apostles are giving you that. The elders are giving you that. The bishops and the brotherhood are giving you that edification. Well, to prepare yourself, prepare your mind. All right? Because we come into some wet perilous times, man. All right? That we're going to only have to rely upon Yahweh Shema Shah with faith. Yo, you got it though, brother.
This is Luke chapter 21 and verse 10. It says, then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom.
Right, and we see that, right?
Yep.
All right, and it just came out dealing with Russia. All right, Ukraine. And then they said Israel shot a missile off. You know what I'm talking about, to another country. It's going down. We see the uproar, all right, World War III brewing.
Mm-hmm.
You got it.
And it says in verse 11, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places.
And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places. Go ahead.
And famines and pestilences and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven.
And one of the great signs from heaven is what? The so-called UFO sighting. That's a major sign from the heavens, man. that the Lord is going to return, man, to deliver the elect and destroy 2/3 along with the heathens, man. All right, go ahead.
And it says in verse 12, but before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues.
Right, and when you go into that word synagogue, it means the chief house of Satan. You know, so add it up when you think that who has synagogue? The so-called Jews. You know, the so-called black people go to what? Church.
Yep.
You know, on the so-called, so-called Jews, the rabbis go to a synagogue. But it's saying that we're gonna be what? Read the from the T again.
It says in Luke chapter 21 and verse 12.
Right.
It says, but before all these, they shall lay their hands on you.
Right. So meaning what? What happened in the book of Acts? When you go in the book of the 5th chapter. All right. They came and got the apostles, right, and locked them up. But what they were doing, they were speaking in the name and healing in the name of who? Yahweh Shemel Shah. See? So that, hey, what it say, ain't nothing new under the sun. You know, it's gonna happen again. You see, men's gonna be rounded up, persecuted, false accused, but who names take Yahweh Shemel Shah? You gotta know how.
And it says, but before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers.
Right. Woo. Now let's go. You gotta stop right there, right? Because it says persecuting you, delivering you up to the synagogue, right, and into prison. And the prison house is gonna be known as what? The concentration camps, man. All right, grab Revelation 2 and 10. Because we gotta see who's gonna be doing this.
Yep.
Because all about around JT in the hour of temptation, which was gonna try and come upon the whole world, man. Mm-hmm. Everybody's faith gonna be tested. You gotta know how.
This is Revelation chapter 2 and verse 10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer.
And he's speaking to the elect. He's speaking to those that fear him. You see, he said, fear none of those things. Because when this time comes, man, and that's the thing, when this time comes, all right, that's why the Lord molding us now. As we become the clay and he the potter, he molding us, man, to have that mindset that we can't break. Our faith can't break.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever situation he put us in, our faith gotta be there. Our faith gotta match that, man. All right, I know the Lord got me. You know what I'm saying? Because that's one of my favorite precepts of Luke 4:18. He that brought these plagues upon you shall what? Deliver you from the hands of your enemy. Though you in this situation, don't mean you can't make it out of that situation. But you're going to make it out by what? By faith. Because without faith, it's impossible to please Yahweh Shemel Shah. So that's why the Lord putting you through certain tests, certain obstacles, you know what I'm saying? Certain bumps in the road, you know what I'm saying? Certain hills you got to climb. Why? Because he's trying to build your faith up to only believe and call upon him. But go read the 2 and 10.
This is Revelation chapter 2 and verse 10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer.
Right, he said, fear none of those things that you should suffer. Because what? This is the condition of the battle. You know what you sign up for. We speaking of Sirach 2 and 1. If you come to serve the Lord, prepare ourselves for temptation. And when you fill that application out, it said that. All right, so fear none of those things, man. Believe the Lord got you. Go ahead.
It says, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison.
It said the devil, not the man with the pitchfork, the red man with horns, with a tail. How you gonna cast you into prison when he's so-called in hell? This is a characteristic. It's speaking of the so-called white man, man. The elite, the God of this world. All right, that's what it's speaking about. It say the devil, because devil mean what? False accuser. You see? So it said the devil shall cast some of you into prison. Who had the power to put people in prison houses, jails, concentration camps, holding tanks? Who had the power? Who had the power? Esau. So Esau gonna put you into prisons. All right, go ahead, Doc.
And it says that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days.
You see that? That's the point. You shall be tried. Starting to what? The persecution. You know, is you gonna break? Is you gonna shake? You gonna bend? Are you gonna fold? All right, or you gonna remain solid? You know, looking after our big brother Yahweh Shah for an example. You know, you got it out.
And it says, "Be thou faithful unto death."
Right, we gotta be faithful unto death. I did let me get that real quick. Stay right there, Doc. That's beautiful, Doc. All right, this is Rock 4:28. Come on, man. All right, Sirach 4:28. And it says, strive for the truth unto death. You see that? You got to strive for the truth unto death, man. You know, even though the Lord told you, he gave you an insight on that. You know what I'm saying? If you die in your house shot, get what? You get risen first in your house shot. So either way you win. You win either way it go. You gotta lay up, because they would say John 15 is no greater love than what? Than a man lay his life down for his brother. As we continue to endure all things for the elect's sake, we gotta endure all things for the elect's sake, man. So it's a beautiful thing if we being persecuted for Yahweh Basham Shah, because he was the ultimate example as he laid his life down for us, his brothers, man. So what is you to return that favor? You know what I'm saying? So when you go into Rock 4:28, it says, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. So the Lord got your back, man. You just gotta have his, believing in him. You know? What you gotta do,
Finishing up in Revelation chapter 2 and verse 10. I'm starting from the top.
Go ahead.
It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison.
Right, because see what it is, you know, Jake got the mindset of Babylonian thinking. You know what I'm saying? The way of thinking. And like, this shit ain't gonna happen. Mm-hmm. You know, we just speaking just because this the moment. Or this, no. The Lord's words are faith and truth. That's why he said in 2nd Ezra the 15th chapter, speak unto my people the words of prophecy. You know what I'm saying? The words of prophecy, what prophecy means, to say or speak before happening. You know? So the Lord has given us the insight and the details to come out and spread the good news. You know? What you gotta do, out?
And it says, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days.
Right? And that's good news.
Yep.
No understanding what you're suffering for. Yep. A lot of people don't even understand what they suffer for. You know that precept you got, it's better to suffer for well doing than evil doing. Mm-hmm. When you understand, when you receive that they call, like, hey, you know why you're going through this, right? Because it is like, damn, that's good news. That's comfort to the mind. So that's what we're doing. We comforting one another with these words, man. You know? What you gotta do, out?
And it says, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
Right. See that? The Lord gonna give you immortality. You know, he gonna grant you salvation. But what you have to do though, you have to be faithful.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Because you know, it's basically going into you know, the reward of laying down your life.
Uh-huh.
In verse 11, it says, he that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. He that overcometh shall not be hurt of the second death.
Woo! And what is the second death? The fire. Because the first death, when he flooded the earth. The second death is by thermonuclear missiles along with the chariots, man. Read that part again up.
It says in verse 11 of Revelation 2, in verse 11, it says, he that hath an ear, let him hear.
Right, that's a spiritual understanding. Go ahead.
It says, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. He that overcometh shall not be hurt of the second death.
And when it say he that overcometh to the end, the same shall be what? The same shall be saved. He that endure to the end, the same shall be saved, man. You know? What you gotta do, out?
All right. Let's see.
Go back to the Luke. Yeah, so don't take this lightly. You know what I'm saying? Get this, apply it, hold it, meditate upon it. Because here it is, that's why the scripture say, arise, no, not arise to depart, but arise, no, out of sleep. Man, I can't get it, man. It's on my damn tongue, man. Go ahead, I think it's in Isaiah. Damn, man.
I know what you're talking about, though. Big round two, my tongue. This is Luke chapter 21 and Luke chapter 21 and verse 12.
God.
It says, but before all these things shall they lay their hands on you. I mean, so like they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you.
Yeah, because they're gonna come and grab us up. You know what I'm saying? Certain men gonna get grabbed up at the houses. You might be, you know what I'm saying, on your job. You know what I'm saying? You might be at a grocery store. You don't know where you're gonna be at. But guess what? He coming. You know, remember they ain't talked about the yellow list, the red list, and the blue list in a long time. You know, and those that believe and subscribe to the doctrine, you on one of them lists. Whether you're on the yellow list, the red list, or the blue list, you describe to Hebrew Israelites, you own that. You know? Yeah. That's it. Pretty well. I get that, John.
God, this is Romans chapter 13 and verse 11. It says, and then knowing the time, that now is high time to awake out of sleep.
Right. It's high time to awake out of sleep. The water, bro. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's high time to wake out of sleep. You know what I'm saying? Not physically sleep, because we woke. It's spiritually sleep. Yep. You know, it's high time to wake out of that. You know what I'm saying? Keep a big mama tradition. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Trying to hold on to what granddaddy left in the family. Yep. No, it's high time to wake out of that bullshit, man. That mindset. You know, it's time to get geared up towards the Lord, man. Working out your own salvation. You know, finding your place in your high by Shema Shah. That's what time it is, man.
It's seeking the old path.
That's right. Where it's good, and where it say walk ye in it. You got it out.
And it says, and that knowing the time, that it is high time to.
Right, because what it said when you go in the 2nd Ezra 9th chapter, it said measure the time diligent in itself. So when you know the time, because you measure the time, then you know what time we in. We in severe times, man. Yep. All right, of getting the truth while the getting is good. You know, you got it.
And it says, "For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe."
Right, because our iniquity is accomplished. When we went through slavery, you know what I'm saying? That was our punishment. What they did? 2 Thessalonians 4 and 5. Our iniquity is accomplished, your daughter Zion. He'll no more care till we went into captivity. Lamentation 4 and 5. Yeah. So here it is. It's high time to wake out of sleep. Why? Because our salvation.
Yep.
We already suffered our punishment. Now the Lord is going to come and get us, man. Because He didn't send us here to destroy us. He only sent us here, all right, because we moved Him to wrath, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's why. Now He on the verge of coming back to get us, man. That's why we returning to Him. You got to know. Back to Luke.
Back in Luke chapter 21 and verse 13, it says, "And it shall turn to you for a testimony."
Right. Now it shall turn to you for a testimony. You see? Go ahead.
And it says in verse 14, settle it therefore in your hearts, not to meditate before what ye shall answer.
Right. It says settle for in your heart, because here it is. When time comes, you can't jump to a conclusion. You know what I'm saying? You can't be so. That's why I say make not haste in the time of trouble. You know what I'm saying? When you go into the Sirach 2, because if you make haste in the time of trouble, you thinking how to escape. The Lord gonna make that way. You know what I'm saying? You can't think on your own strategy of how you want to do it. That's why I said meditate not therefore when you shall answer. Go ahead, read the other part.
And then another thing, if I may add, you can't say it ain't you.
Cause they gonna have all the evidence. They got
Yeah, they got you on video.
got your YouTube, everything.
And you see the TV got a camera in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they got you. So you can't lie. There ain't no way to lie on this one, man. You know, Jay gonna try to lie quick as hell, but you can't just accept it. All right. As you have a shot, he was led as a sheep like a sheep to the slaughter. You know, he ain't put no, you know what I'm saying, no buck up, because when you look at a characteristic of a sheep, they don't bag back, they don't holler or nothing when they finna get chopped. You know, they take it like a G. You know, but you have a goat, they like an ass, man. You know, them goats be cutting up. You know, so we had that's why I say Yahweh Shai is the example set before us for what we have to go through, because he already did it first.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we had to follow his example and have faith in his example that it could be with us. You know, the Lord could be with us the same way.
Yep.
It's written. You got to go out.
And it says in Luke chapter 21 and verse 14, it says, settle it therefore in your hearts, not to meditate before what ye should answer. Verse 15, for I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist.
All right. Now he said he's going to give us the mouth of wisdom. Right? So let's go to the count of Yahweh Shai, how he applied that wisdom. Get that John 19:11. You start at 10. See, our big brother's example. You know what I'm talking about? Even to when he was praying to Yahweh Shai, all right, he didn't want to drink of that cup. But when he heard the answer, he already knew. And that's the mindset that we're going to have to be in. You know, like, damn, is it really meant for me to get on the guillotine? Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to apply the wisdom. We got to, you know what I'm saying, straight back to the scriptures.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's meant for us to be beheaded, then that's what it's meant to be. And we're going to have to take that same example as Yahweh Shai and be a sheep to the slaughter.
Yep.
You know? But for a greater purpose. You got to know with their account.
All right, sorry.
Yeah.
All right. This is John.
Because here it is, like I say, he going to give us the mouth of wisdom, right? Mm-hmm. That our adversary can't gainsay nor resist. Go ahead.
This is John chapter 19 and verse 10. It says, then said Pilate unto him, speakest thou not unto me? Knowest, it says, knowest thou not that I have power to crucify thee and have power to release thee?
Right, you see that? So these just be the same mindset Esau had when he got a nigga in the concentration camp. You know, he got a nigga hemmed up against the wall. He telling you, nigga, don't you know, nigga, I can kill you right now? Or I can let you roam free? Just tell me. Because they're going to do something out there, remember, like that as we go back into Luke. You know what I'm saying? Your best friend. You know what I'm saying? Your homeboy. Niggas that used to work with you. Esau going to hem their ass up. Scam. And that's cold, man. Yeah. So they're going to be the mindset of Esau. He's going to try to manipulate your mind, man. You know? Go ahead.
And it says...
Read that 10 again. That makes so much sense. Man. You know what I'm saying? But understand, though, this is coming.
Yeah.
So you can't take these things lightly. You can't take these sayings lightly, man. Mm-hmm. The Lord has set up men, starting with the apostles, man, all right, to warn you of that great and dreadful day, man. You know? Go ahead,
This is John chapter 19 and verse 10. It says, then saith Pilate, this is John chapter 19 and verse 10. Then said Pilate unto him, speakest thou not unto me?
Right. See how Shai wasn't even saying nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because why? He's a sheep. You know what I'm talking about? But he already knew anyway.
Yeah,
that's Yahweh Shai. When he said, speak it out to me, like you ain't gonna talk to me. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna book up like the rest of them when they come in here. You know? No. Go ahead.
And it says, knowest thou not that I have power to crucify thee and have power to release thee?
Now here it is. Now here go the mouth of wisdom that Yahweh Shai gonna give. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shai gonna give the old men to their day, man. Go ahead.
Verse 11. Yahweh Shai answered. Thou couldst have no power at all against me, except it were given thee from above.
Cut.
Therefore, he that delivereth me unto thee hath the greater sin.
Woo! You see that? He cut his ass. He cut his ass because the Most High ruled in the kingdom of men. Yahushua already knew that. That's why he told Satan. You know that when Satan tried to tempt him in the wilderness, he hit Satan every time with a precept because he already knew.
They go back to your favorite precept, man. It's going
So the Lord, in Proverbs 20:24.
Yeah.
You know? But we have to apply this though. You know, so we gotta apply this in this time that's coming.
Yeah.
You know? Because it's necessary. You know, it's necessary. You got it all out.
Okay.
Go back to that Luke.
So this is back in Luke chapter 21. Going back to
We're at 16.
verse 15.
Yeah, read that again, but then go to 16.
Okay.
And then we go to Peter's.
All right, come. This is Luke chapter 21 and verse 14. It says, settle it therefore in your heart.
Right, and then what Yahushua did, he set it up for in his mind. Because when you go to the word heart, it means mind, go back to the Hebrew word law. It means your mind. You can't set it for it right here. You know, you got to set it for it right here, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Go ahead.
It says, not to meditate before what ye shall answer.
Right.
And it says in verse 15, for I will give you a mouth and wisdom.
So the Lord going to put the spirit on you. You know, talking about what to say, how to move, how to act. You know, talking about how to adjust. The Lord going to put the spirit on you, man. You got it out.
It was the scripture where it say, it's not you, but it's your Father that speaketh in you.
Matthew 10 and 20.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's beautiful. Because it said, not you that speak, but it's the Father that speak within you. So the Lord going to give you that spirit, man, to, you know what I'm saying, come back Esau when he say some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Or just shut you up.
Yep.
You know? You got it.
And it says, for I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist.
Go ahead.
Verse 16, and ye shall be betrayed both by parents and
parents.
brethren.
You see that?
Mm-hmm.
So it's written. So they're going to happen. It said you're going to be betrayed by parents, man. Your mom, your dad, grandma, granddad. Yeah, they going to get your ass up. Because they don't want to die. Or they want to eat. You know what I'm saying? Or they want to continue to live comfortable. They going to get your ass up. Go ahead.
And it says that ye should be betrayed both by parents and brethren.
And brothers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, go ahead.
And kinsfolk.
And kinfolk.
And friends.
You know, you had to, you know, your cousin, you know, like, yeah, they're my favorite cousin. Esau know that. All the pictures y'all took together, Esau know how to add that shit up. Oh, yeah, he always would be with him, so we're going to try to go get him and see if we can snitch on him. Nigga, Esau cold, man. But ultimately, the Lord programming this, you know what I'm saying? Because this is rich, so this got to happen. It's got to happen.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? This got to happen, man. Remember, it's the trial of our what? Our faith.
Yep.
You got it all right.
And it says, and brethren and kinsfolk and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death.
You see that? So some of you, they're going to be called, your ain't going to the guillotine, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Or you might be put to death some other type of way.
Right there on the spot.
You know? Why? Because of the name of Yahweh. You're going to say it. You're going to say it for the name of Yahweh Shema Shah. Go ahead.
Yep, and it says in verse 17 of Luke 21, it says, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake.
You see that? Because the world not hated Yahweh Shah first, it was what? It would not hated us. You know? You got it out.
This is in John chapter 15 and verse 19. And if ye were of the world would love his own.
Oh.
But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world.
Right, because me not called, but what? We are chosen. You know, what the Lord say, as he called us out of darkness to his marvelous light. You know, you gotta know out.
And it says, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you.
Right. The world hated us. Why? Because we preach of Yahweh Shah. You know what I'm saying? That's why the world hated. Because the same thing the apostle was doing in the time of Acts, man. They were preaching of who? Yahweh Shah. Healing. In the name of who? Yahweh Shah. All right.
You know that great light.
That's it.
Yep.
Yep, you gotta know. Get that revelation. I mean that First Peter
All right.
2:20.
All right.
This is First Peter's chapter 2:20. Right there.
Yeah, out the muscle.
2:20. So this is First Peter chapter 2:20.
You gonna read it in the TA.
Yeah.
Yep. You got it.
Cause this is First Peter chapter 2:20 in the KJV first, and it says, "For what glory is it if when ye be buffeted for your faults, ye shall take it patiently."
Right, you gotta take it patiently. Because Babylon the Great had produced a feminine mindset upon the men and gave masculine mindset to the women. Totally fucking off, man. You know what I'm saying? That's awful. Women's around here acting like niggas. Niggas around here acting like females. That's what Babylon produces. You know? It's a swap out. You know? But what it say out?
It says, "For what glory is it if when ye be buffeted for your faults, ye shall take it patiently?"
Right, you gotta take it patiently. You know? Men don't be so hasty to give up. You know what I'm saying? Figure out why you're in this position. Figure out why the Lord wants you in that position, what you're trying to get out of that position. When we go through certain things on our job and shit, you know, we get to argue with certain people or interact with certain people, it don't come out right for you, or you know what I'm saying, it's looking bad. You gotta figure out why it's that in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because they're all testing your faith and your integrity. You know, you gotta know how.
And it says, "But if when ye do well and suffer for it,"
because what? He that departed from evil, making himself a prey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you do well, you suffer well doing. Remember, the Lord is smiling upon that.
Yeah.
That what pleased him. You know, you got it out.
It says, but if when ye do well and suffer for it, ye take it patiently, this is acceptable with Yahweh Shem.
Right, because that's a sense of humbleness, man. You know what I'm saying? That you can take the low. Did not Yahweh Shah take the low? He came up there, he came from the heavens, man. You know what I'm saying? He took the ultimate low. He didn't have to, but even though it was set up, he didn't have to. If you put it, if man wills of his own, you know, you got it out.
It says in verse 20 in the NLT, it says, "Of course, you get no credit for being patient if you are beaten for doing wrong.
Woo!
But if you suffer for doing good and endure it patiently, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is pleased with you."
Man, read that one more time, man.
It says in verse 20 of 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 20 in the NLT, it says, "Of course, you get no credit for being patient."
But there's not Babylon the Great mindset. Niggas get credit. You know?
Mm-hmm.
When you look at George Floyd, you know, they gave him credit, but he was doing wrong. He was committing wickedness, man. You know? When you look at a lot of these people, all right, that they got killed, you know, by the hand of evil. Behind closed doors, they were being wicked. But what happened though?
Yeah.
You know, they were giving credit.
Yeah.
You see these rappers, you know, they go to jail, you know, for this and that. They give credits for that. But is they doing wrong? Hell yeah, they doing wrong. They ain't doing right. You know, they ain't seeking the Lord. They ain't trying to change their evil ways. But here it is, they get what? They getting credit, man, by who? The world. You gotta know how.
It says in 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 20 in the NLT, it says, "Of course, you get no credit for being patient if ye are beaten for doing wrong.
Right?
But if you," it says, "but if you
You know,
suffer,"
look, free little Jojo, man. Free little man. Free little. That's credit.
Yeah.
You know? Go ahead, bro.
Yep. It says, "But if you suffer for doing good,"
Right, but you suffer for doing good. You persecuted for doing good as what? Teaching. You know what I'm saying? On the highways and the hedges, make your body live a sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? Rehearsing the righteous acts. You become a enemy. You become an outcast. You start to suffer that persecution. But what it say though?
it says, "But if you suffer for doing good
Woo!
and endure it, Yahweh Shem Shah is pleased with you.
Right, and you gotta endure it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at Yahweh Shai, the Most High, Yahweh said, well, it pleased him to
Mhm.
bruise his son.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It pleased the Lord to bruise Yahweh Shai, man. So how much more of us? As the servant not greater than the master. You know what I'm saying? So if Yahweh Shai endured that, we can endure it too, man. That's our example, man. You know, as LeBron, like in this world, you looking up to the rappers, the basketball players, the singers, the actors. I want to be like him. I want to be like her. You know what I'm saying? And that's an example.
Yep.
That said before thee. No, Yahweh Shai is our example, man. You know, we want to be like Yahweh Shai, man. We want to endure and be victorious like our big brother Yahweh Shai, man. You know what I'm talking about? Because he had got the victory. We want the victory too, man. You know,
Yep.
we want to say it is finished. Like Yahweh Shai has said, you know, we want that, man. It's finished. You got to go out.
Yep. And it says in verse 21, for even it says in verse 21, you know, in the KJV, it says, for even hereunto were ye called, because Hamashiach also suffered for us,
Right, he suffered for us, man. Go ahead.
leaving us an example.
Whoa, leaving us an example. That's a big brother, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He lead by example.
Yeah.
As we have, you know, we got big brothers in the world. You know, you always want to be like your big brother. You want to wear shoes, wear clothes. You know what I'm saying? You want a girl like he got a girl. You know, you want to drive a car like he got a car. Yeah, because what? He your example. He your big brother.
Yeah.
So you got to take that in the spiritual aspect. We had to look up at Yahweh Shai, man. He was left for us an example. Go ahead.
And it says, leaving us an example that ye should follow his steps.
Right, we should follow his steps. His steps, man. Now go to 1 Peter 4:1.
All right. Yeah, I'm grabbing NLT.
Okay, come on, go ahead, brother.
It says in the NLT of verse 21 in 1 Peter 2:21, it says for Yahweh Shem Shai called you to do good.
Oh, he called us to do good, man. Go ahead.
Even if it means suffering, just as Hamashiach suffered for you. He is your example, and you must follow his steps.
He is your example. You must follow his steps. Now, 1 Peter 4:1, gonna say it all. You know what I'm saying?
This is 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
It says, for as much then as Hamashiach have suffered for us in
Right,
the
as
flesh.
much then as Yahweh Shai has suffered for us in the flesh. Go ahead.
It says, arm yourselves likewise.
And how do you arm yourselves, man? You gotta apply it. You know what I'm talking about? You gotta apply it. It said arm yourself likewise with the same mind. Remember, he left with an example, right?
Yep.
So arm yourselves in the same mind as Yahweh Shai suffer, you're gonna suffer also.
Yep.
You know? The servant not greater than his master. But the Lord have given us, see, what it is the Lord have given us the heads up. You know what I'm saying? Or what to come and how to be and how to act, how to perceive things, man. You know, as we continue to go into the scriptures and give you details. This all it is. The Lord has put us on game, man. All right, hey, when this thing happened, man, just look what I went through. You know how you Jacob say that? Because they go to what? Experience.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You got to experience these things and you able to tell the next. Hey, now don't go down that street, bro. When I went down there, you know, this is what had happened.
Yep.
You can believe, or you can get your head, go and walk your head down there, and when he told you what happened, gonna happen to you.
Yep.
It's plain and simple.
Yep.
You know? You got
And it says, for as much then as Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, have suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind.
right, so you got to arm yourself likewise with the same mind. You know, so you got to put on the elect, man. You got it.
And it says, for he that have suffered in the flesh have ceased from sin.
Now, cease from sin, man. That's beautiful. All right. You can grab one of your just now. The song, and when you want to bring it out, we're ready to close out.
Okay. This This is Sirach chapter 33 and verse 1. It says, there shall no evil happen unto him that feareth the Lord. Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Whoa, that bring up Proverbs 35. Let me grab that real quick. Proverbs 35. Let's show the bag up right there. Watch this. Proverbs 35. This Proverbs 35. It says, every word of the Most High is pure. Here's a shield unto them that put their trust in him. And that shield is a covering, a protection, a hedge. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Woo. We say every word is pure.
Yep.
You know? So go back to that, Jack.
God, this is Ecclesiasticus, better known as Sirach, chapter 33, and verse 1. It says, there shall no evil happen unto him that feareth the Lord.
You see that? Shall no evil happen to him. They going to Psalms the 91 chapter.
Yep.
That whole chapter, you know what I'm saying? From the T to the bottom. You know, as it says, verse 10, shall no evil befall thee. Shall not no plague come not thy dwelling. You know, why? Because there shall no evil happen to them that fear Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Because you fear the Lord, guess what? You're going to put your trust in the Lord. That's why I always say, too, fear breeds faith. You know, because when an example, a bullet, the nigga take your motherfucking lunch money every day. You know what I'm saying? So you already know the next day he coming. It's a constant thing. Every day the man come and take my money. What make the next day different? You know what I'm saying? You already know, so you already believe that when you come to school, he gonna take my money. You know what I'm saying? So that fear is breed faith, man. But it's a spiritual aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? That's a corner analogy dealing with that bullet, but this is a spiritual analogy, man. That we fear the Most High, we automatically gonna trust in him because we understand that he make bond on his word, man. You know? Go ahead.
And it says, but in temptation, even again, he will deliver him.
What we enter to? The hour of temptation. You see that? That's the persecution, man. The hour of temptation. You know? You got it out.
Yep. Let's see. This is another one too. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, start from the top. It says, but the souls of the righteous are in the hand of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Oh, the soul of the righteous is in the hands of the Lord. That's going to that cluster of grapes. As Yahushua prayed, also in John, I think that's John the 16th chapter. How I say, I have y'all in the world, but not of the world. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Kept you out of the world.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Yep. And it says,
welcome to prayer, praise. Go ahead.
And it says, and there shall no torment touch them.
Woo! Did not say that in Luke? Should not have her just not her perish off your head. You know, you got it.
And it says in verse 2 of Wisdom of Solomon.
Oh, example. The three brothers.
Yep.
That's a prime example.
Yep.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. You know what I'm saying? They was in that fire, but did that fire touch them? No.
Mm-hmm.
What God say? The boy said, I see four. Yeah. And the fourth will look like who? Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? The Son of God. You know what I'm saying? The Son of Man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you in that position, yeah, you in that situation, but on the outside looking in, it might look like that, but on the inside looking out, it might look like that, but on the outside looking in, hey, it's not that. It's a miracle being taking place. You know what I'm saying? It's a miracle being taking place, man. You know? Go ahead, bro.
And it says in verse 2, it says, in the sight of the unwise, they seem to die.
You see that? In the sight of the unwise, as they were looking at Shadrach, Meshach, they're like, man, that burn is hot as hell.
Yep.
They gonna die. But that was in their eyes.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Just like the Maccabean brothers.
Oh, yep, true.
You know?
Yep.
You know, they like it's finna go into.
It says, and their departure is taken for misery.
You know, their tongue was cut out.
Yep. They all on died. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It was, ooh, man. Even the mom.
Yeah.
All of them took it like a G. It's just crazy though how our forefathers fought for that. And now Jay can't, you know what I'm saying, go without pork. Man, well shit, I can't, hey, well, I can stop eating all that shit with bacon, man. Shit. I love bacon, man. You know what I'm saying? And here it is, our foremothers, man, died for this shit, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Jake, it's high time we gotta sleep, man. All right?
Yeah.
Stop trying to keep the tradition of men's, man. You know, Babylon is finna be destroyed, man. All right? Babylon finna be destroyed, man. 2/3 of our people gonna be destroyed. So if this spirit is resonating in your spirit, hey, you better take heed, man. You know what I'm saying? Because how long you simple one when you love simplicity, man? You know? Go ahead, Doc.
You're finishing up, and it says, and they're going from us is to be utter destruction, but they are in peace.
But they are in peace. You see that? Go ahead, Doc. Know you better come with another banger. But that's the spirit, though. You know what I'm saying? That's the spirit, man. So we can't take these things lightly, man. You know, we hearing brothers say, you know what I'm saying, bring out certain articles. We were seeing brothers bring out certain precepts. You know what I'm saying? Certain brothers got certain testimonies. We got to take heed to those things, man. Because when time comes, we've been put in that situation. At least we got an anchor or how to, you know what I'm saying, to maneuver and to be settled in our mind as if, that brother went through that shit. I know I can go through it too. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know? Yep. But Yahweh Shah being what? The prime example. Go ahead.
Going back to the precept where it says, but they are in peace.
Uh-huh.
It says in Isaiah 26 and verse 3, it says, thou will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusted in thee.
Man, that's beautiful. Bring that back out.
Isaiah 26 and verse 3, thou will keep him in perfect peace.
Right, and where peace come from? The mind. You know what I'm saying? Meaning what? You're going to be free.
Isaiah 33 and 6.
That's it. Wisdom and knowledge shall be stability thy time. And the strength of salvation, his treasure. So the Lord going to keep us in peace, man. Why? Because we're going to be peaceful up here, man, in our minds, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be straight. And we got what? We know the Lord got us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look at Daniel. When Daniel was putting the lions in, that boy said, my father, thou hast not forsaken me, you remember me. Why? Because he kept his integrity. He kept the fear. He feared Yahweh Shah. He wasn't hasty to get up and, you know what I'm talking about? Run or try to escape them lions, man. No, he was like a sheep unto the slaughter, man.
Yeah, I've been calling this one. Man,
Go ahead.
This is Romans chapter 14 and verse 8.
Uh-huh.
It says, for whether we live unto the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And whether we die unto the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Whether we live, therefore, or die, we are the Lord.
We are the Lord. You see that?
Yeah.
You see? So the Lord has given us, how can I say it? He has given us a way to look at this thing. You know what I'm saying? Because he's the prime example. So we got a way to follow. As the commandments are lamp unto our feet and a light unto our path. You know what I'm saying? We got to follow Yahweh Shah footsteps. So, but guess what? In righteousness' sake, we're going to be persecuted. But it's for what? For our good, not for our bad. 2/3, but they bad, not for their good. Whose side you on? You know what I'm saying? Or what side you want to be on in a time of trouble, in a time of persecution and affliction. You know what I'm saying? Where your trust gonna be at? You gonna go down to Egypt for help? Or you gonna call upon Yahweh Shema Shah to endure? That's it. You know, there's only two. There's only one way you can go. You know? So with that, I'll be brothers and sisters edified. All right, and we'll give all honor and glory and power to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem HaKadosh. And we'll say double honors to our elders and peace and blessing and hope of the legs. Next time, Shalom. Abba Ball. Hey, Baraka Aki, man. Hey, DTA, baby.
DTA.
Hey, y'all the muscle, man. Awesome. Yeah, that was beautiful, bro. That was beautiful. Yeah.